With all entrances to the constituency cut off, we made a plan last night and we waited for hours to find a way in. Eventually, we decided to try the path of least resistance, which took us through Long Hill, Roehampton, Mafuta, into Mount Horeb, Fern, and ultimately we're aiming to get to Cambridge. At the same time, Council Garden had a team that was making their way from Stonehenge towards Cambridge to meet us halfway. Our goal was to reach those in greatest need, to deliver some food to them, and to check on the shelters and assess medical emergencies and reconnect communities that have been completely cut off since Melissa, the merciless, passed through. We're also working to open a path from Mount Horeb through Barnet Bush to Springfield, Barnesfield, Maroontown, Garland, Moko, Arcata. Garland is my home, where my parents, my brother, they are still marooned. We haven't heard from them since the storm. And many of you are in the same position, waiting to hear from loved ones. Please know that I'm trying to get to them, and I will update you whenever I can connect, even briefly, like I'm doing now through someone's Starlink. There's only a narrow, very precarious lane open through Long Hill up to Montpelier. Beyond that, the stretch toward Copper is completely blocked. Concrete light poles are down, strewn across the road. And near the Copperwood Community Center, those who made it out on foot told us that a flooded sinkhole has covered the road about 6 or so feet high, they tell me. Even if we clear the poles, we can't pass until the water recedes. So we're focusing on the Anchovy, Roehampton, Mafuta route. Along that path, the destruction is widespread. Homes, shops, bars, gone. Landmarks we once knew are now unrecognizable. At Anchovy High School, 3 men are still sheltering there under a blown-off roof, and no food or means to cook. So we're arranging meals for them. Today we're cooking at Miss Bev's in Lawsley and distributing from a little kitchen there to whomever we can reach. Roehampton Primary, Refuge Apostolic Church also lost their roof. Clinic in Roehampton flattened, gone, and we still can't reach Bickerstead Primary. You remember the Spring Bottom community that I showed you some time ago, where that beautiful well once stood? The whole community is now underwater, submerged, families displaced. An elderly man is there who urgently needs medical attention. He's at Rasta Matty's home in the Buena Vista area near Spring Corner, Spring Bottom. He has a detached catheter and urinal bag, and it's bleeding, and he needs to get out. Only a small boat can reach him. And in the midst of all of this devastation, something gave me hope last night. A young man was riding his bike, desperate to reach a nurse in Normandy. He was coming from Fern. His girlfriend there, taking to have baby. We helped to lift the bike over the poles, to clear the path, and got him through. So you see, in the middle of that storm, there was still a little hope. There was still love. But that little baby is who we're fighting for. I just hope, as I said, that they don't name the baby Melissa. Take the top. So far, we're aware of a woman in Carlton who is still inside her car. She died. She needs to be airlifted out urgently. Another body was in the ball ground area. Last I spoke, I don't know, a local funeral home was trying to get to them. I don't know where they're going to store the body. And in Blue Hole, a man is believed to still be inside his home. He died during the storm and no way to reach him. This is the reality of rural life after disaster. I want to thank those who've been working around the clock to clear the roads and reconnect our communities. Reese and the crew from Stonehenge, Garnet and the team that is pushing through Springfield to Maroontown, the bikers and the men in Lawson, Roehampton, Mafuta, who didn't know where they were going to sleep last night, but they were clearing the road. And Styles, who has been out clearing the roads, supplying food to those who need it. without pay, without food, without knowing where they're going to lay their heads. They were looking out for their neighbors. That is the true spirit of South St. James. That is what gives me hope. I know that hospitals and commercial areas have to be prioritized. But when we're ready for the conversation, I want you to know that rural people matter too. We need food, medicine, communication, and dignity for our dead. We cannot continue to be the last to get relief every time. I will continue to lobby for a proper rural disaster response plan and also a development plan for us that ensures our communities are not left behind again. Melissa came straight for us in deep rural, and we deserve a response that reflects that reality. We need the helicopters here. We need the resources where they're truly needed. Not for show, not for PR, not to fly over, but to get food to our people, to connect to our communities, and to get our dead to morgues. This is the hardest thing I've had to witness, but it has strengthened my resolve. We will rebuild, we will recover, and we're going to do it together. I'll keep updating you whenever I can connect. Stay safe, South St. James. I'm on my way. I'm coming to you. Well, this is the furthest we can go. I'm with Councillor Kenroy Gordon, and we are in North Gordon. Well, this is the furthest we can go. I'm with Councillor Kenroy Gordon, and we are in Normandy, near Mafuta in South St. James. This is not his constituency, but in order to get into his constituency, he has to ensure that this alternate route is clear to get to the people in the Catadupa division through Cambridge, etc., as all the other routes are still blocked. Councillor Gordon, what's your plan to get us into Cambridge and getting people from Cambridge into Montego Bay?
We will be getting some assistance from the municipal corporation tomorrow morning, and GPS has offered the parish council assistance also, so we should be able to have one way clear into Cambridge, Catadupa tomorrow, providing that all holds.
If you think it is bad where you are, we were only able to access the constituency through Long Hill this afternoon, and it is still not two-way traffic. It's really bad in South St. James. We are unable to access the constituency through Springfield because Johns Hall Spring Mount is still blocked. The constituency is still blocked at Copper in Montpelier, and we are, as I told you, in Roehampton, where it is still blocked. We have community members who came out and they've used their machetes and their saws, whatever they could, to clear the road up to a point. But we've reached the end of our line tonight, and so we're going to have to turn back and try this again tomorrow. South St. James, we have taken quite the beating, but we are stronger and more resilient than anyone anywhere. And together, we are going to make the best of this. Let me tell you, I may not be able to get to you tonight, but look out for me. I'm coming to find you. In the meantime, look out for those who are the most needy amongst us. Let's get them the food they need and try to rebuild together. Heart of love.